Hi there, Sagittarius. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Astrogirl. We're looking at January 30 through February 5. And what a week we have in store. And Sagittarians, I think out of all the signs, you are really going to be the most affected by the planetary twists and turns of this week. There are two events happening this week that need careful handling. The first is a tricky sign change for Venus, the goddess of love. The second, a backward movement for Jupiter, your ruler, and the planet of opportunity and lucky breaks. On Friday, February 3, Venus leaves compatible Pisces and moves into Aries, your fellow fire sign, in your fifth house of romance, creativity, and self fulfillment. Now, Aries is warrior country. It's like Glenda the Good Witch meeting the Dragon Queen from Game of Thrones. It's that sort of energy. So, Venus being light and love, meeting some dark wench from Game of Thrones and thinking, what the hell is this burning pot of cauldron? Not good. So it doesn't really relate and it doesn't really work very well. So you may find that you're a bit more aggressive if you're single, or even if you're in a relationship, you may be a little bit more bossy, controlling, nagging, shall we say, with your other half, whilst Venus is in Aries. And she's there through June 6, retrograding March 5 through April 15. Speaking of retrogrades, Jupiter, your ruler, the planet, as I said, of opportunity, is going out of phase in Libra, your 11th house of hopes, dreams, wishes, and friendship. So when he turns retrograde on Super Bowl Sunday, he is the planet of philosophy. And this retrograde is a chance for you to review, rethink, rebuild your moral, ethical, and religious views over the next 4 months. Sags, it may also be a time when overseas travel is restricted, and you being the sign of travel, you may find that you thought you were going somewhere and it either gets delayed or it gets cancelled, or you simply don't feel like going. Now, on a public service front, a lot of my clients have been telling me since the holidays that they went to the airport, and because their passport had less than 6 months left, they weren't allowed to get on the flight. They had to go get their passport renewed and go back and get another flight. You can imagine, nightmare. So apparently that's like a new security thing for many countries. So if you are going to travel and you're traveling up through June with retrogrades and Venus in Aries and Mars is in Aries as well, just make sure that all your documents are, on point, on fleek, as the kids say. Otherwise, you may be going absolutely nowhere but right back home. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll speak to you again next week.